Hi guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me for another royal news video. So it's the beginning of August, which can mean two things. One, the real royals use this time every single year to have holidays themselves. The king is up in Balmoral. Catherine and William normally take the children away. And well, we don't really know what the rest of the royals do because they actually like having a private life. But there are rumours down the grapevine that Catherine and William will be making an appearance at the Olympics in the coming days, and they might be taking along Prince George and Princess Charlotte with them. Well, I could say this year the Olympics is surrounded by so much controversy, they could probably do with some positive coverage. And if any event wants positive coverage, you just simply deploy the Princess of Wales. Now, speaking of deploying, well, with the royals going away for their holidays, this can only mean one thing. The Montecito duo will be using this to launch their latest arsenal of fun and exciting projects. So what have we got on the list for you guys today? Well, Sunday morning, they have done a special with CBS with Jane Pauley, where it seems that Harry and Meghan have officially reached a stage they can't fake the fact that they don't like each other very much. In another exciting announcement, just in time for the King's actual real birthday and of course the Earthshot Prize, Harry and Meghan are going on holiday. You can call it a quasi-royal tour, but even putting the words royal with those two irks me somewhat these days. But they are doing another fake attention-seeking tour, this time to the safest country in the world known as Colombia. Yes, Harry and Meghan have been to Nigeria, they have been to Jamaica, where the gun, knife crime, kidnap, terrorism, all sorts of things are through the roof. But of course, the UK is the most dangerous country in the world. And we also know that Harry and Meghan don't take advice from anyone, so they've probably been advised that this possibly wasn't a good look for them yet again. Yes, of course, Colombia, much like Nigeria, has some beautiful places, as does Jamaica, but also it has an extremely dangerous crime rate. And Colombia also is on the UK and US tourism boards, but don't go there unless it is completely essential. I'm sure Meghan's super excited that she might be able to bag some freebies or some more convicts like she did in Nigeria. And the excitement doesn't end there, because we have had another exclusive given to Harry and Meghan's favourite outlet, and that is People magazine. We are now about to find out the real truth as to why Charles and Harry are not speaking. Yes, I know. Try to contain yourselves, people. Have that sip of wine, that cup of tea, or that Valium, whatever you're going to need to get through the latest round of Harry and Meghan. So let's start with the CBS interview, where Meghan is wearing her favourite colour palette of beige, off-white, taupe, or burnt porridge. These are the colours that she wears by herself, but blamed the royal family. Remember the cruelty that she endured, where they took her passport and her keys and she had to suffer. She wasn't allowed to see family and friends, and they made her dress like the most boring colour swatch at a Dulux paint shop. Yet another thing that we can put down to a whopping great big porky pie, yes. So this interview with Jane Pauley is to do with online safety for children, a campaign and something that Prince William and Catherine have worked on themselves. Prince William even set up an online safety task force. But Harry and Meghan have recently decided this is a bandwagon that they're choosing to jump on because online safety got bought up by the Democrats. So Meghan thought, oh, I know what I do. Let's use Archwell and make up some stuff about how we really care about other people's children, whilst we do nothing about our own fan base that are the terrorists of Twitter. They are the worst fan base from any other celebrity in the world that issue death threats. They dox people, they threaten people, they post photographs of people's children. They do the sickest stuff. But yet Harry and Meghan, they don't call them out, but they call them to congratulate them. The lack of self-awareness from these two and the utter hypocrisy that surrounds everything that they do is absolutely comical. Now, obviously, there is a big difference between the campaign that Catherine and William have been behind for a number of years, including helplines such as Shout. Harry and Meghan, well, I'll let you listen to a clip yourself. They like to talk at people and to patronise parents.
If you know how to help.
Thank you.
At this point, we've got to the stage where almost every parent needs to be a first responder.
Now, of course, this interview comes out in its entirety on Sunday, so I will be bringing that to you early next week. But there is a little clip that has been released. So I'm going to play the clip, but without sound, because you don't have to listen to their voices. I think it's better for everybody, but it makes you also look at the body language a little bit better. Look how excited Meghan is for the attention to be on her. Look at Harry. Bearing in mind, his wife is talking about their children in this moment, and he doesn't have any facial response whatsoever, not a smirk, not a smile. He's off in complete and utter la-la land. Now, at this moment, Harry does actually interrupt the interviewer, and Meghan does have a bit of a flicker here. Now, that, in all fairness, could be Harry just rudely interrupted Jane when she was talking, and of course she let Harry continue. It's very unprofessional, and Meghan, as we know, is a perfectionist when it comes to her scripted speeches, and I'm sure that she had a lot more to say. But it's her expressions at him when he's talking. Look at her face. We're going to slow this right down. She juts out her jaw. She bats her eyelids. When she lifts her hand to her hair, Harry almost flinches as well. She is definitely not happy that Harry is now the centre of attention, or she just doesn't agree with the waffle he's coming out with.
At this point, we've got to the stage where almost every parent needs to be a first responder. And even the best first responders in the world wouldn't be able to tell the signs of possible suicide. That is the terrifying piece of this.
Yes, parents are apparently supposed to be first responders. What Harry doesn't quite grasp is first responders are there after the incident has happened. They're the first people there after an accident has happened. So I don't think he really knows what he's talking about. And Meghan obviously thinks the same. So let's just move on to the People magazine exclusive, okay? This is quite extraordinary. Either Harry's been thrown under the bus, or he's just not hiding what he's really doing to his father and what we have all been suspicious of for some time. It begins with the word black and ends in mail. Now, according to their inner sanctum, the people that have been instructed to give the exclusive to People magazine, they reveal the real reasons why Charles is no longer speaking to Harry. Maybe it's because his son is a lying traitor, hell-bent on ruining his father's reign. He betrayed the Queen and Prince Philip in their final years, tried to destroy the Queen's legacy, damaged the Commonwealth relations by stirring up colonialism and racism and calling the Commonwealth the Empire 2.0? Was it the cruel childhood stories devoid of love and hugs? Was it the fact that he said the Princess of Wales, who is also cold, wouldn't lend her lip gloss to Meghan, and she only married into the royal family because she fit a mould? No, it's People magazine. Of course, they're not going to reveal any of the real reasons why the royal family don't want anything to do with Harry. No, it comes down to Charles's refusal to help Harry protect his family. Yes, it comes down to Harry's desperation to protect his wife and his children, and the fact that his father has the ability to do something about it but is refusing. The king has nothing to do with decisions made by Ravek or the government. But Harry seems to feel that his father can in fact do something about it. Well, that didn't take too long, did it? It was only last week we heard on ITV, Tabloids on Trial, that the reason why Harry had fallen out with his family was because of the nasty, evil UK media. Now, apparently, Harry's not speaking to Charles or vice versa because the king won't help him get his security reinstated. King Charles is apparently being so cruel, he's refusing his son's phone calls. Who knew that the royal rogue could actually predict the future? Yes, multiple sources from inside Harry's inner circle have revealed that the king refuses all of his calls. His calls go unanswered. The source quickly adds that he has tried to reach out about the king's health, but they go unanswered as well. Well, if the calls are going unanswered, how is it anyone's going to know what Harry's calling about? We know that Harry has called to demand things. Of course, I think any parent that only hears from their child to ask for money is going to eventually just go, do you know what, I can't do this anymore, and start ignoring the phone calls. Why would the king give Harry even 5 minutes on the phone, given Harry's love for selling every intimate detail of private conversations again to the highest bidder. There is a reason why he only got 12 minutes with the king, and that was because Harry was no doubt after content to be able to tell Good Morning America less than 24 hours later when he was in Whistler. Everybody knows Harry wants his security reinstated, and it's got everything to do with not having to pay the millions that it is no doubt costing to have private security. The fact that we heard that Harry was getting frustrated because things were happening in October, he actually tried to rush the lawyers to say, could we not have the hearing sooner? Which the judge said, no, you don't get to jump queues. And then they announced that they're going to Colombia. I think it's all the more clearer as to why Harry suddenly wanted that court case sped up. Now, Meghan, I believe, has convinced Harry that she is scared for her life and their children in the UK. You can picture Meghan doing the waterworks. Her safety is how she manipulated Harry to go basically steady with their relationship, to put a threat out there to the media. This is how then a relationship got announced that they were official to the world. This is how she got Harry to leave the UK and the royal family for her safety. This is Meghan's manipulative chip that she activates in Harry when she wants to get what she wants. They were going to Canada. I think she always wanted to go back to California. She told Harry that once the government wasn't going to pay for her safety in Canada, that they should move to LA where they could be protected, and she rang in a favour from Tyler Perry, who had admitted at one point that he didn't actually know Harry and Meghan and she'd contacted him. Meghan does like to hang around with the billionaires, as we saw in the Hamptons recently. This is the lifestyle that Meghan wanted for herself. She is doing exactly what she always wanted. She's now just more famous, got more money and a little bit of status, as of course being married to a prince. Would Meghan love to have the status of a blue light motorcade follow them around everywhere they go? Of course she would. Her ego would love it. But I honestly don't think that she's that bothered about her safety. She doesn't come across as a woman setting up paparazzi strolls, the New York car chase, leaning out of the window when she did come to the UK, winding down the window. This is not a woman that is genuinely as paranoid for her safety as what her husband is. As I said, she just uses it to manipulate Harry to get what she wants. Now, because her safety is in question in the UK, she doesn't have to risk being booed in the UK. And also it means that she can keep the children in America. Yes, I'm sorry guys, I do believe that there are children involved. But she is using the children as a way to punish the royal family, as narcissists do. It's very vindictive. You're not going to see the children because it is the one power play that Meghan has got. In fact, Harry and Meghan both use the children to try and manipulate the king. This is why we have seen Harry, when it came to Frogmore, saying to his father, don't you ever care about seeing your grandchildren and their safety? But when you did have Frogmore, Harry, you didn't bring the children to see your father anyway. Meghan, as I've always said, never wanted to be a royal. What she wanted is the lifestyle we saw in the Hamptons. She wants to be hobnobbing it with billionaires. She wants the freebie holiday homes that she can get from influential people like that. She wants sponsorship for whatever projects that she is trying to launch. She was apparently sniffing around the rich and the famous for investments for RO. But the thing is, in the Hamptons, there are already very successful A-list Hollywood stars, and as it would seem, none of those were very interested in hanging around with Meghan. Despite Meghan having shared flights with Cameron Diaz, they kept to their own, because without the royal stardust, Meghan is exactly back where she was, a social climbing D-list actress that is basically just using others to get herself more famous. And Hollywood, as hypocritical as it is, can sniff that out from a mile off. Now, so many stories are coming out now all the time, and I think it's a preamble to Meghan's divorce. The reason why I say this, not just because of video clips like the CBS, where they quite clearly can't stand each other anymore, but it's to do with things like Meghan misses her A-list lifestyle. Meghan never had an A-list Hollywood lifestyle. That is Meghan trying to rewrite her history, and for some reason, the media like to play along. Meghan risks her reputation to support her husband at the Pat Tillman Awards. Honestly, the reason why Harry's reputation is so bad is because of Meghan and their joint behaviour. But Meghan is trying to come across like she is the one she's that little bit further back. It's all Harry. All the negativity is to do with Harry. Further confirmed by Meghan wishes Harry could let go of his legal security battles so he can live for the moment and be free. Yes, Meghan is now distancing herself, pretending like she's not the reason why Harry is suing everybody, especially over the security. As I said, she's twisted his noodle and manipulated him to be like, I can't possibly bring the children to the UK. I can't come to the UK because we don't have the IPP status. I think she knows that it's a losing battle with Harry, and it buys her a lot of time where she doesn't have to come back to the UK or to allow the children to leave the United States. Meghan is very, very calculated. She does look at the bigger plan, and Harry is now the one that's being portrayed as obsessed with attacking his family. He's the one that's still angry and so bitter. He's clearly unstable, and Meghan is the one that's just trying to diffuse it all. Meghan's the one just sitting back saying, Harry, look at everything we've got. You don't need to continuously attack your family. Meghan, the little angel that she is. You can hear her divorce lawyers reading that out in court, can't you? Meghan's only concerns with Harry obviously doing these court cases is the fact that it's possibly burning a big hole in what her potential divorce payout might be. Now, as I've said to you guys, I do not wish divorce on this couple. I genuinely don't. There are children involved. I think those two really do deserve each other. And there is an author called Alex Larman who summed it up perfectly. Harry and Meghan were very lucky to find each other. They've made 2 people miserable instead of 4. Now, you can obviously tell that Meghan is now bored of the monster that she created. She's got every last squeeze out of how awful being a royal was, and now she wants to play with the rich and famous. And Harry's negative image and reputation is now damaging her brand. Slowly, slyly, she is stepping away from him, and Harry is slowly being fed to the wolves by Meghan and her friends. Now, this is further proven with the last paragraph in this People magazine exclusive. Because the so-called source, this person that's in their inner circle, well, there were multiple people that they spoke to, in People magazine goes on to say, if he, meaning Harry, had proper security, he wouldn't need to speak publicly to pay for it. If the matter of security is resolved, it would be swords down. I'm sorry, I see that, I translate that to Harry has attacked his family so he can get money. If his security, his IPP status is reinstated, then he will stop attacking his family. He will put his swords down. Doesn't that sound like holding the king to ransom or just good old-fashioned blackmail? That is what that reads to me and to everybody else that has read that. The newspapers have picked up on it. I'm sorry, that is blackmail. And as I said, I don't know if it's someone that has pushed Harry under the bus by releasing this. The fact that they haven't got their spokesperson to quickly come out and deny it, I would imagine that the source has come from their inner circle. Perhaps it's even Meghan herself. But as for Harry, having that information publicly put out there, that he is in fact blackmailing his father, because there's no other way that you could take that, give me what I want, or I will continuously attack you. I think Harry might find that the calls don't just go unanswered next time. He might find himself listening to a message more like this. Your call cannot be completed at this time. This number has been disconnected. If you are calling from overseas, please hang up and do not try again. Love, Pa. Beep. And who could blame the king or any member of the royal family anymore? Harry has done so much. He's accused them of so much. And finally, it would seem that the truth of Harry's accusations, the reason why he's been doing it, the reason why he uses the children in the way he does, is to force his father's hand. And Harry still can't quite grasp the fact that the king has no control over who Ravik decide can have IPP status. So guys, that's it for me on this video. I will be back with you very soon. Take care for now. See you soon. Bye.